Alright, I'm Severn Stage. So in my last video we were trying to do Ningguang's Hangout. This is a weird angle, I know, but this is where I left it. Was gone for a while. So we actually sat in on an auction, and this guy in front of me paid 180,000 for a teacup that Ningguang said that she owned, which she actually really didn't. So we haven't even got an ending yet. But there's a total of 5, and I'm trying to understand how it branches and differentiates based on the options that I'm able to say. I kind of have some idea, but I'm not sure. So aren't you be worried about the price being overinflated? I feel like that sentence isn't even corrected. Aren't you be worried? That's not correct English, is it? Isn't it aren't you worried, not aren't you be? Oh my god.
Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
Okay.
Well, did you find the answer yet?
What the hell was that angle? So at the very beginning of this, we decided to become her temporary secretary, where we literally pick out the clothes that she wears and what she eats and all of that. We're basically like caring for her. And then she was worried about the auction because she sent 3 of her secretaries to observe it, and she was worried about it, so we came to check in on it, but then she winded up hosting it herself. So now she's like, why did you think they spent so much money on ordinary items? And I had already called it from the beginning. I basically said that they only paid that much money because she said that she personally owned them, and that they were her personal own items. So anybody wants it because she said she was the previous owner. It's because everyone has faith in your judgment and aesthetics.
That's certainly part of it. But every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, is faith in me really the only factor in their appraisal of the item's value?
If not, then what else could it be? I literally said what it was. Kinda hate how the game won't let me tell her that they only paid that much money because she said that it was owned by her.
You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction. Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
Sure enough, after some time has passed, one of the participants returns.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction. As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these?
Watch him be like, I had it appraised and the guy said it was totally fake.
They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction. Every bid was voluntary.
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love more, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly I went wrong.
You... Fine. Yes, technically it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss. But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items unaccounted for. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of.
No wonder they had such blind faith.
So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust, or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain, like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him.
It all makes sense now.
The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims.
Well, yeah, you have to prove that it's yours. You have to show proof that you previously owned it. Because when she sacrificed the Jade Chamber, she did lose everything inside of it. So, a lot of her items were still sunken at the bottom.
I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense.
It definitely suits your modus operandi. I hope I never end up on the wrong side of you. I'll say this one.
I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual sentiment. At most, a little childish perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan.
Not even me.
What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osato?
I don't know. The explosion? The size. Well, it's fairly fucking small. I could just say the explosion.
Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains. Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of the merchant's greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it.
That's not so childish. I hope you can get all your things back too.
Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so special. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
Oh, it was just a teacup. None of the items that were offered up during that decisive battle shall be lost, no matter how small. Okay. How many do I have? Okay, I thought so. Let's look here. So let's see where these endings change. When we first meet her? Oh, I bet you I have to bid on the auction. I don't understand that. How much do I have? See, 3,689. I don't even have the money for it. There's a part that comes up in the auction where you can say 60,000, but I don't even have 60,000. So it's like I'm betting with money I don't have. But I don't think that's part of it, because she literally told me I didn't have to take part in the bidding. So then what is it? What the hell could it be? I mean, we could try to look, but I don't know what it is. At the banquet is where it changes. Oh yeah, that's because we tell her not to worry about the auction. I like how her sound didn't play. Yeah, so there's a part that comes up where she's like, I'm more worried about the auction, and I think you tell her not to worry about it. Okay. That's what we tell her. I need those 4 Xingqiu. I actually need to go fight several bosses, but we originally was doing that in the very first video I did, but then in the last video I started doing Ningguang side quests, or hangout quests, so yeah, I have more than enough. What am I doing? I need to go fight the Oceanid, so I need to level up like Child and Barbara and Xingqiu, but I can only choose between them. I think even Mona needs the same thing as well. I need to level up Barbara because she's like a character I've had for so long, and she's stuck at level 60, and it's like, what am I even doing? Because see, she needs the same thing. He needs the same thing. Where is Barbara? See, she needs it.
I wonder when I...
He needs it. So I can only do one at a time. So like, I really need to choose who gets it. I'm just like, I don't know why I always do that. Yeah, so that means we have to redo this all over. Like I said, when I do quests, I skip the dialogue. I don't let it replay for a second time. So if you didn't see the last video, then a lot of this will be skipped. I usually just pick the same things that I said last time. There's one thing I might change.
Lady, sorry to have kept... No. Great. This is the... She happened to be... Do you mind if...
No, not at all. I've always been... Oh, I'm Lord Chiao. That's what I wanted to...
Rumors?
You know, you haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite...
The Traveler is even putting... Oh, you're comparing... I've missed out on investment. No.
Oh, but...
If it were real... I had my secretary, so I would advise... I see. In my opinion, long term...
You think so too? Huh? Okay. Maybe it... Lady Ningguang.
Good.
Now I see why you think clearly.
You've been listening for a while. Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, I suppose I'll have to start looking over my shoulder.
That one's new.
Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time.
See you next time.
What the
I'll
hell?
look forward to hearing good news from you soon.
Why would she just suddenly stand up like that? Oh.
Right then.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about the auction.
Don't worry about them. They're very capable.
Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it. In that case, what's next on the schedule?
Meeting with the informants.
Okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
Okay, that's where it changes. However, though, there was another thing that happened at the was it at the beginning? Like, I am trying to understand how these endings, like, how they branch, and that happened with Shinobu's Hangout, where I had to replay the same section, like, 3 or 4 times, because I was picking literally every option, and it was so, like, tedious and precise as to how it changed, and I was like, oh my god. Okay. Gotta wait for everything to load in. My PS4 does this sometimes.
Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Nothing wants to load.
Ah, Lady Ningguang! One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
Low polygon. I'm gonna just let it sit for a second so it can texture.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care.
Is it something very valuable?
Yes and no. You probably imagine that Ningxing jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods.
True. That's my impression. Actually, not exclusively. If I say no, she might be like, well, I want to say no, because they have sold things here that are kind of generic. What if I say this?
The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom made. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact, the cost of the repair was more than the item was ever worth.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see whether you're satisfied with our work. We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few marks on there, though. This was unavoidable because of how badly damaged the item was.
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work.
You're right about it being a little ordinary.
Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants. It reminds her of her mother. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants.
I thought useful intel could only be bought with Mora.
It's understandable to think that way, and in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this crowd, and this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them. Thank you for the repair, Xinqi. This is a great help.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure, Lady Ningguang.
Let's go and meet them.
I should have said the top one, but because I've sold things here, that's why I said it's not everything is high grade. That was like the whole reason why I said that. Need to look at something really quick. No, I don't. Okay. It's a child.
Auntie Ningguang!
What was that animation?
Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
The informants are children?
Yes, indeed. And they are some of my most reliable helpers and friends. I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first. But they, on the other hand, were so enthusiastic about the idea that I thought it couldn't hurt to try. I treated it as a little game between us. It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly enjoyed themselves while they were at it. So, it was a win-win. So, fill me in. How have you all been doing?
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. It's been loads of fun.
Loadza is a word.
But you didn't do your homework, did you?
Oh, they're all siblings?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. You still gotta try. Like teacher says, Liyue Harbor is in a new age now, and we've got a really important part to play.
Either that or they're just childhood friends, like kids in the neighborhood.
This new age started after that great battle, you know.
I didn't know it would have such a profound impact.
Well, this is a dramatic change, unique in all of the millennia of Liyue's history. Everyone is eager to do their part and make their mark in the age of humanity. What about you, Nan? You haven't said anything yet, and you're looking a little unhappy.
I'm fine. Just don't know what to say.
Is the come for her?
Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor the day before yesterday. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty kind of fishy smell in the air.
Ugh.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean. How much cargo were they carrying? Remember, I taught you how you can tell.
Yeah, I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They look really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite a big catch.
How can you tell?
The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how heavily loaded a vessel is from the height of the waterline. How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it's something you can tell from experience, at least for the kinds of vessels you see regularly.
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can tell with just one look.
Very clever.
A few days ago, I heard some people saying that a big merchant from Fontaine is coming soon to buy luminescent spines. They said that when they get here, the price will go up a lot.
Oh, really?
That's the opposite of what Ningguang's analysis found out.
Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like?
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. So, how about what they said? Do you remember their exact words?
I don't remember that either. Sorry.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten into you today?
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually, I brought you a little something to cheer you up. How about that?
Oh, I see. They tried to staple it together, but it was like broken and all the way across down the middle. Yeah, it looks like it got cracked in half, and they tried to repair it.
It's my comb. You remembered.
Of course I did. If I make you a promise, I will always keep it.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang. Thank you so much.
It was just a small favor, really. Nothing to get overexcited about.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
They.
Uh-oh.
It looks like there's a story here. No wonder she was fumbling her words.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Why don't you take this opportunity to clear it up? Don't you think that'd be best?
That untextured mountain behind you.
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
I'm sorry. I told you a lie. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. Two people came and told me to say it to you. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but they told me you'd forgotten all about the comb, and I didn't know how to argue with them. Then they bought me a new comb, and I'm sorry. I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb's better than the one you helped get fixed for me.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad if she finds out I broke it.
I must say, this is most intriguing.
Looks like someone is trying to scam you.
How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for you. Sound good?
Okay. They're over at the docks. They said I should go and meet them when I finish the mission.
All right then. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go punish the bad guys?
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and games anymore. And don't try and follow me. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-ups about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do.
Oh my god. I feel like she has a certain sound to her walk. Like, the beat in her step. I'm one of those people that always associate things with sounds. When I see something, I put like a sound to it in my mind, and it's weird. Maybe it's my ADHD that does that, but like when I see stuff, I have like a certain sound that goes to it in my mind, and I can't unsee it or unhear it. It's very weird. Watch me like, oh my god.
Also, let's be honest, this is a new low for us.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted informants. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And the children as well.
She is literally glowing. If you look at her hand and then the stairs, you can tell there's a glow coming off of her completely. It's like all the way around her. Like around her arms and like her hair kind of, but it's like her skin seems to be emitting a type of light that's kind of weird.
Lady Ningguang!
You knew how important that comb was to Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence and confuse her conscience. Do you not realize how contemptible that is?
There are people in this world every day who take advantage of children all the time because it's easy. And it is kind of wrong. It's really screwed up that people do shit like that. Like, how sick do you have to be to manipulate a child for your own benefits? What the actual fuck?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang, we never should have crossed you like this.
Only a sick, twisted fucking hellspawn would do that.
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some point, we're all trying to get the better of one another. So if all you've done is fool me by feeding me false information, I'd make a loss, and that would be the end of it. But you cannot put more above all else. You cannot go exploiting children for profit. Do you have any idea just how much damage that will cause?
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity. We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. Let's go all in on this one. See if we don't get lucky for once. So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up. We thought this was gonna be it. We were gonna make our fortune.
But we waited and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people started to suspect it was all a huge scam. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could. But we had so much inventory that no one was willing to buy it.
And that's when you thought of Ningguang.
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead. And the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. We just didn't have any other choices.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story.
Your business analysis was correct. That supports your conclusion about the blah blah blah. Oh, just...
But not everyone has the capability to make rational decisions. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of wild speculation can be?
100%. We've both barely slept in days. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots, thought it was all hilarious.
We messed up. Completely and catastrophically messed up. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated, just like that. All we want now is a chance to start over.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines off your hands. But we will need a detailed contract. The portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in the past, you will have to pay back to me by some means in our future business dealings.
Huh? But that means our profit is zero.
Then you're free to find another willing buyer. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these circumstances, I'm afraid you're beyond redemption.
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debts and be done with it. This is a lifeline and we should be grateful for it. Forget about making money.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines, but I'm quite sure I can uncover a market for it with a little research.
Okay, so, shall we get this deal done now, or...?
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. Atoning for your transgressions is the main order of business. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a full and unreserved apology. This is an opportunity for you to show remorse.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go back and see the children.
That sounds a lot worse out of context. You took advantage of a child. It's like, hold up. Hold the fuck up. Yeah. Fucking what? Oh, yeah, I had a video where I walked over this rope and she fell in it. She almost did it again. I've never had that happen because I always walk over that area like that, but she like fell in between the thing and I couldn't get her out. I kept having to like go into like the menu mode like this to try to see if I could see her because she literally disappeared. And I was like, where'd she go?
We're back. Everything's all sorted.
Huh? Oh, it's those two.
I'm sorry, Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
What do you think, Auntie Ningguang?
I think it should be your choice, and yours alone.
No matter what your decision is, we support you.
Since it's all sorted out now, and nothing super bad happened, I guess it's okay. But we can't just let them off. We gotta show them you don't mess with us.
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see anyone else try to con you.
I made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play hide and seek with. Great idea. Let's go play hide and seek at the North Wharf.
Wait a second.
No waiting. Come on!
So full of energy.
We should go with them.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them alone with those two buffoons.
Yeah, like what the hell? Where is it? It's not necessary for me to do that, but it's kind of funny. Whoa. Drop. Go. All the way down.
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of those two businessmen.
I mean,
Am I
it's not
right?
as bad. You got me. I don't really care. Oh no. Well, it's not like she's exploiting the children, but she is using them to get information for her, so it's kind of like the same shit. She's still using them for something. You got me.
They were completely different when I first met them. They'd run away as soon as they saw me. Or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak.
You are Lady Ningguang after all.
But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be afraid of, and started seeing me as someone they can trust.
That'd be funny. I'd be nervous too. Like, what the
For my part, I did my utmost to fulfill the duties of a responsible adult. I played games with them. But I also taught them observation skills, analytical skills, how to think critically. I never taught business, though. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies, and far more mature than their peers. This has given them confidence in themselves. I think that this is beneficial to them.
You are a lot like a teacher to them?
Yes. Perhaps I am. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. That's why I hope to teach these children myself. Hopefully, I can pass on some of what I've learned. Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal, that deception and one-upmanship are facts of life. But there's nothing wrong with that. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I am here to protect them.
Are you raising them to be your heirs? Are you raising them to be your competitors? Your heirs? Because you don't have children of your own, clearly.
I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old. And Liu will continue to prosper. I hope the name Ningguang will live on. But not as a person, as more of a symbol. If I can pass on everything I have learned, I can create a legacy that will live on long after I am gone.
Come on, Auntie Ningguang! Hurry up! We're not gonna wait forever!
Coming! Come on, let's enjoy this while we can.
Time flies and good years slip away easily, but the name Ningguang will remain a symbol for generations to come. It's kind of weird how that guy is chasing that little girl. If you look at it out of context, like... Okay, stop yawning over me. I didn't mean to do that. It's like they want me to get... I'm trying to get him. Stop. It's not that easy. I would laugh hysterically if I actually got it, though. I think I would just result into the laughings of somebody who's been confined to an insane asylum. Oh, literally, I think I would die. But not literally, I mean like figuratively. Alright, so... Where am I? I need to go further down. So right here, scheduling the day. Oh no. Well, what did I do differently though? You see, this is where it's like hard. It's like you gotta find out how it changes, right? But like, what do I do at that point? Oh, wait, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Also, one of my other videos, I mentioned how they changed Celestia again. I don't know. I can't see it from here. Am I facing the wrong way? It's like always in the sky, like haunting me. I should be able to see it from here, but I can't. Because I was in Sumeru a long time ago, and I thought it was like a new building that they added in the sky, but no, it's Celestia. They just changed the way it is. They like completely, it's like they flipped it the opposite direction. Because a long time ago it used to be slanted, like completely tilted to the side, like it was vertical. Then they set it upright and changed it, and now they changed it again, where it's like facing an opposite direction. I think that's not it over there, is it? Is that a cloud? What? Hold on. Hold on, I can't. No, that ain't it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, look, they changed it. Because it used to be like tilted and you used to see like a big long tower in the middle. And now, like, what is that? It's like they grabbed it and, like, flipped it backwards, or, like, flipped it to the side, so we're seeing it from a side angle. And, because before it was very detailed. You could see, like, a tall building in the middle, and now it looks like whatever that is. You can clearly make out the towers inside, though. Because Celestia is what the opening screen to the game is when you're signing in. Where it has, like, the white pillars. That's literally where the game starts, the very opening scene of the game. So you can still see those pillars and, like, the little, like, white bridges with the bars. But it's like they changed it. They faced it the opposite direction. I'm trying to figure out what made them do that. I don't know if it's because people kept exploiting it. Because it even looks like it's kind of a little further away now. It used to be just a little bit closer than that, and now it isn't. Kind of said how it's kind of eerie. It kind of is, because it's just in the sky looming over it, and you can see it from almost everywhere. Almost. I think when you go to a part and need to zoom it, you can't. And it's just kind of suspicious to me. Like, it does give me this feeling of, like, oh god, there's, like, something up there watching us the whole time when we're on the journey because of where it is. They can literally see you the whole time. And it makes me feel like the unknown god, who's, I think her name is Asmodee. It makes me feel like she's secretly up there watching us. And it feels like the Eye of Sauron, like, no matter where you go, she can see you. And it's just like, it's kind of eerie to me, just having it up there, because you can't get to it, and it's just there. It's like something that you can't do anything about. And that's why I feel like it's eerie. Also, my controller is screwed up, so that's why when I stopped, she faced me. I've been meaning to replace it, like I said, but I haven't had a chance to get to the GameStop to do it. And I am going to have to hurry and do it soon, because my warranty on this PS4, it was only for 2 years. I got it in May. Was it May of last year? So I don't have very much time left on it, considering we're already in September. I have till May of next year, so this is where it changes, but I don't know how.
Before I get into this, as a member of my usual job, for example, arranging her dating.
Baisha has I'm sure she was simply...
Back to the topic. By shall and by I can go through the methods I use, all in a day's work. Currently, there are 100... Yes? I'll go through them most first. Then a discussion right after that. There's... Yes, you do. You need to take ample knowledge of all outs. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
Am I supposed to screw it up? Is that what they want? They want me to fail it?
Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And already? Wow.
You're wonderful. Then I'm grateful for your assistance. If anything else is unclear...
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Okay, anything too complicated. Did I change it? 1 day off. Uh-oh. That's where it changed. Oh, watch her be like, what?
Don't you think that the schedule is a bit of a light load?
Ningguang hasn't taken a vacation in a long time, I'll bet.
Yeah, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to attend to, and frankly, she doesn't have many opportunities to rest. We do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it.
But the work will always be there. No amount of Mora is worth ruining your health for.
Huh. I see where you're coming from. Yes. You have a point. All right, then. Let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has plenty she wants to talk about with you. There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I will be leaving you now.
I hope everything goes well tomorrow.
I hope so, too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
Oh, no. Ningguang doesn't know that instead of scheduling stuff for her, I literally just said take time off and do nothing. She probably thinks I have a schedule for her, because last time she was like, do you have a schedule for me? What do you want me to do? I think it was right here. It's really bright. Like white, like the color just fades out right here. Almost looks like it's like a gray palette. Because she gets up at 7 every day, so... 3 minutes in this game literally go by really fast. Instead of 3 minutes, it's like 3 seconds. So I stopped it at 6:56 and asked to be before 7, but it's more like 1, 2, 3. Watch her be like, why did you wake me up just to take a day off?
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
Watch her be like, what do you want? What do you have for me?
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I said the same as usual. And then she's like, good, I thought you would be nervous. Am I supposed to, is that what I'm supposed to say here? I'll just say that same thing. It should have been checkmarked, but for some reason it's not.
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule?
Here, take a look for yourself.
I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely by surprise.
Yes, but she said she'd leave it up to me.
Sure. There's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break.
You don't take many breaks, hmm?
I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it?
Let's do something you never normally would have time for. Let's do something you never normally have the opportunity to do. I would say time, because she keeps saying I don't have time. She keeps mentioning it, like time god.
Something I never have time for.
Speaking of time, there is a theory I saw the other day that really confuses the shit out of me. Supposedly, Venti, right? They say that he actually knows where Ether is. He has known where Ether is, and he's known since day 1. Supposedly, it is believed, I don't even know if there is a god of time in this game, but supposedly there is. And it's believed that Venti is the son of the god of time. And because he is, apparently they say he has some kind of time god abilities where he can he can go back in time and he can go forward in time and he can secretly stop time without people knowing about it. And the reason why he knows where our twin is because he went back in time when he found out that we were looking for Ether. He went back in time and saw where Ether was and followed him in some time dimension where Ether didn't know he was there, but he was walking alongside him. And it was believed that he followed him to where he was and saw what happened to him, and that he actually knows it but doesn't tell us because it's too complicated. And I was like, how does that make sense though? I mean, it makes sense, but why? Why would he be a son of the god of time? Doesn't make any sense. He's the wind god, right? I mean, I'm not saying that gods couldn't have children and they couldn't be a god themselves. A god couldn't give birth to a god, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And I've been thinking about it since. I was like, how does that even make any sense? It's weird. There is a strong theory on it though, but I haven't seen anything in game that even hints towards that, so I want to say that's a lie, because there's nothing in game hinted at that at all. So they're even trying to say that Paimon is the final boss, that she's secretly the unknown god. She wanted to keep us away from Ether, but that doesn't make sense either. Why? Why would she do that? That doesn't make any sense. That supposedly, because Khaenri'ah was a nation that didn't have a god. It was this nation that was built mainly on people. There was no gods in that place at all. So why would the unknown god want to keep us away from our twins so that they can become the new leader of of Khaenri'ah, the lost nation? Basically turning our sibling into the god of that nation. That's what the true story is because Khaenri'ah never had a god, never needed one. It was destroyed, and our sibling becomes the prince or princess of that. They become the new quote-unquote leader. And because it's believed that Ether and Lumine are over 500 years old, and they have wings and are secretly god status themselves, they're basically on the same tier as Venti and Zhongli is what I read. That Ether and Lumine are on the same tier level. They're basically that type of god form. They're basically the same level as Venti and Zhongli, and Zhongli is believed to be the strongest Archon out of all 7, so I'm like, what the hell? So I don't know. They're basically saying that Venti is the weakest, though, and Zhongli is the strongest, but I really don't know.
Ah, have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps?
Is it called Leo and Millennial?
Yes. It's based on classic chess, but with different rules.
That was a thing a long time ago. It was like a mini game where you got to go into a board game and you got to move these pieces around. Is that what she's talking about, or was that something else?
When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, but also to capture Leo's culture in a unique way. So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess, as well as different chess pieces and even boards. I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions.
It sounds quite complicated. What an ambitious project.
True. That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn is necessarily a good thing. Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules?
So how did we get people interested in it, or how do we?
I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before. I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Leo. One side will play the Guardians of Leo Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osai.
I'd play that. Watch you be like, well good, because you're gonna do it.
No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Leo and Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Leo chess set would be complete without you, would it?
You're going to make a chess piece based on me?
I am indeed. Many of them, in fact.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess piece. It seems only fitting for someone of your status.
So I'm a part of the marketing plan.
Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone who was involved that day, including myself.
And Ganyu, and Kaching, and Xiao, and some of the other Adepti. Yeah, okay.
Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form.
Sounds great. So, his child is a piece. What is his gonna look like?
Then it's decided.
He's on my team. I can have you stare at him all you want, and then you can design one based on his appearance, because I'm assuming that's how this works.
Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
Oh dear God. Can you imagine if you were playing as Ether for this? When she says measurements, you'd be like, hold up. This base. Why? Why? I should have looked on the map to see where we were going. Effects that increase attack speed. Where can you do that? Is it like an artifact that has the attribute on it? I did have something like that for Hazo. After attacking for a certain thing, it increases his movement speed, but not attack speed. What the shit? My menu broke. Hold on. Where increases attack by 40 but not speed. So then what is it that does it? Because Barbara has the same thing. Is it one of those things where it's like this effect takes a field effect even if this character isn't on the field? Is that what's happening? Barbara? Increases energy. No, that increases healing. There was something she has, though, that, was something that increases movement speed. I do remember her having it, particularly. What? What? Yeah, this one right here, dedicating everything to you. Basically, when Barbara is in the party, but not on the field, and one of your own party members falls, she will automatically revive them. I want to try to get that. I don't know where it is then, because it's not... There was something that increased movement speed. I thought it was the weapon. I have a damn catalyst weapon that increases movement speed. Increases movement speed and attack by 20. So that's one. That's what she used to have one like that. So it's Lisa that's giving that to us, but I thought it has to be... This is the one I wanted to give to Hazel, but I couldn't. 300 attack as damage. This bolt can bounce between characters and be massive. I don't understand that. Increases elemental damage. After the character equipped, it triggers elemental electric reaction by nearby party members of an elemental type. Okay. I don't know. Defeating an opponent increases movement speed. Because Hazel's doesn't do that. Hers doesn't either, but Lisa's does. I thought it would be to that character only, because like I said, there are some things where it's like, even if this character isn't on the field, it'll still happen. Okay, where am I going? Because it's on Hazel. When I run around as him, or if I attack some things, he'll get like the little orange arrows that are going up all the way around him, and he'll move faster. But if you look at what I have on him, there's nothing that would cause that. So I'm like, what is going on? What is it corresponding to then? His name said Hangi, and I thought it said something else. This is the lady that was coming on to me super hard. A long time ago.
Oh, Lady Ningguang. And the Traveler.
See what I mean? What the fuck?
You already know each other?
We met before. Wasn't it when we had to make like perfume or some shit and she was coming on super hard?
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that.
Jesus fuck.
I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know.
Oh my god, the way she said that, it goes a little deep. Like, stop. Stop it. Though things that are deeper are kind of better, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
There's a word for people like you, who are warm one minute and cold the next. Fickle.
Shut the hell up.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As ever, there's nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked me up.
I'm dying inside right now.
All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Oh my god.
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take her measurements today.
But isn't she in the porcelain business?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents.
Stop
Don't
this.
you remember when I taught you how to make perfume?
I was right.
There was no porcelain involved in that.
I'm dying inside. I don't know if I should say what I thought. I don't know if I should say that. When she's like, I'm a woman of many talents, and that chair that's right there, I don't know. Oh, why? I pictured her, it's like really dark, right? And she's like straddling the chair like she's trying to dance on it like a pole. I don't know why I pictured that.
As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
I'm dying inside.
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed myself of her services many times before.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the Traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case, you'll find all the tools you could need in the room.